Welcome back to another wonderful episode of the best podcast in the world. It's called the 2 a.m. podcast. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it is this one, and it is now. You do know we don't waste any time, so we are officially in the new stew. It is coming together just exquisitely.
Pretty well. Although it's not 2 a.m. right now, so.
No, it's not at all. 2 p.m.
It is actually 2 p.m., so we might as well change the brand to 2 p.m. podcast.
That's rather lame.
It sounds so boring, doesn't it?
Yeah, the 2 p.m. Yeah.
What are these guys going to talk about?
Welcome.
What they had for lunch? Come on.
God, I should be napping right now, but that's literally how it would go. I don't know. Do you find it hard to take a break during the day?
Oh, it's very hard for me to take a break.
Why?
Like just with the work that you like to do?
I know, but like a lot of the things we do is sitting down, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we need to take breaks, but we don't like to. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah, that's why I make sure to implement like a morning walk, afternoon walk, night walk. That's generally the system that I follow.
3 walks a day type of thing.
Yeah.
The 10K minimum.
I mean, I could spend like an hour and a half walking a day, easy. That's ideally what I like to do because it helps me think as well.
Yeah, see, there we go. Bingo. That's what I wanted to hear. Is that you feel like walking, it just helps you continue the day.
Yeah.
Which is essentially what you want. I don't know. For me lately, taking a break has just been like, it's such a drag. Why should I take a break? Even though I'm exhausted.
Yeah, especially at our age too. Like we can't afford.
Yeah.
Well, we can't afford to take a break, but it feels like we can't afford to take a break.
Yeah. Maybe we're just excited. I don't know, because like I used to find it easy to take breaks. I could just pop on a movie and just forget that I was working. You know what I mean? But lately, it's like you're driving differently.
Do you think that has to do with the fact that we are getting older? And as men, I mean, women experience this too, but as men, we feel a lot more pressure to succeed in our given realm. I think that plays a big part. Yes.
I mean, that's definitely a huge factor. But I think it's also like maybe it's just the times we're in too. You get me? We don't know that because when things are new, you're just adapting to it. All you're doing. If it's unfamiliar, you're getting to know it. And I feel like we've gotten to know something that is, and we're living it now, right? So it's like, and those things require a lot of, work, because we're in a critical time for money, for example. A lot of people need money. And it's like, what do we do? So once you experience these things, I think that's kind of what makes things, well, I guess it makes you open your eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
To the truth of what reality is.
Yeah. And it ties into the idea of balance, which you're a big one on. Yeah, I think people have this. Have we like discussed that in depth?
What? Balance?
The idea of like the misconception about balance and why you should approach it from a different perspective?
Not really. We've mentioned that balance is good in all forms.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about it and we've had personal stories, but I don't think we've gone into that specifically philosophy.
Yeah. I don't know what book I got this from, but it centers around this idea that balance doesn't really exist. And the key idea here is to counterbalance. So you have to be extreme with one or two things for a period of time, and then you have to bring it back to the other things, like let's say relationships or family, as opposed to just straight up work or business. So it's like you're just swinging between extremes.
Yeah, it's a swing. So we like to separate things. Right? That's kind of how we do it.
Yeah,
we have the bedroom, the restroom, living room, and then you see some apartments in New York, and it's just like it's all in one. So you're like, what do you call this room? call it a studio, for respect.
The every room.
Because we could just call it a restroom,
Yeah.
technically. It just has a bed. So it's like, it's all perspective. That kind of proves to you it's kind of perspective, right? So it's like, it is swinging. When we section our life, it's not, we don't go like, oh man, dude, I got to revisit that part of my life or that part of life, whatever, whatever world. I'm in work mode and then I'm in this mode. Why can't you just be in one mode and you do things?
Yeah.
Right. I think that's the whole philosophy.
Also depends on your personality and what you want. Like, I like to do things very quickly. I generally hate waiting for things.
Yeah.
And I think there's a big part of that in you too.
Yeah, but of course there is. But it's also like, that's where I messed up. I used to think that, being quick at everything, you got to do it now. And when things don't work out, it just stresses you out more because you're actually pissed. Right? It's not happening at the rate of speed you want, right?
Yeah.
So what I noticed is you need to relax. There's an element in this universe that has control, actually. So, and you start to think like of the moments you had control before, and you go, wait a second. Technically, things just played out. I didn't really necessarily do anything besides the homework and tasks that were assigned to me, and that's it.
It's very true.
Right? Did you go in there and specifically pass your exam? Did you go in there and specifically know you were going to get the job? Did you know that you were going to answer this specific question that you weren't prepared for? No. You don't know any of that stuff. All that stuff is kind of like, there's an Arabic word, but I'm trying to directly translate it to English. It doesn't make any sense, though.
What's the word?
The best way I can describe it is smoothly.
No, but what's the real word? Because I saw that you posted something on Instagram. Was it like sabr?
No, sabr is patience.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sabr is patience, definitely. So you're referring to the post from today?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, that has nothing to do with it. This is more like you got to come at things with ease, technically. Like the definition, it's just, that's why Arabic's insane, because one word just means the whole damn sentence.
It's an entire paragraph.
So it's like, it's to surpass things smoothly. You got to see that everything went smoothly. When you think you, quote unquote, had control, it was just things went smoothly.
You have to flow with it.
That's it. That one word basically means that it is a flow. You technically do not have control. So don't try as hard. Your job is to do the best you can. You work at it, you spend time on it, and you try to master it. And then you see the outcome. And the ratio of the outcome is like 9 times out of 10, you'll make it.
Well, isn't it interesting? We had an episode on the flow state a while back. I forgot what number, but it's very interesting how the best work you'll ever produce comes out of a flow state. Because you keep like hammering your head against the wall, and then eventually you let go. And then from that point, your instincts kick in, and your ability to see things as a master kicks in.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting,
the formula to anything ever, and the formula for people to like you or to even be influential in any sense, I think stems from how comfortable you are being truly yourself. Like your soul is just being projected. That's the easiest way. Like then you're just so comfortable. People dislike you. You're comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Right. And you, like, it just doesn't faze you. You'll see that. And that also goes back to, you are loose with your control. Like you only control what you can. Oh, I want to eat McDonald's. I want to do this. I am going to use it. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of the stuff, they just work hard at it. They have a vision in their head, and they connect with the right people that may take them there. That's it. Different like thing, right? And then all you're doing is being who you are. So a part of you would be like your wife and kids, and this and that, and your assets, and your cars, and maintenance this, and your gardener got shot, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
poor
that
gardener.
is all the part of you. That's not home. That's you. You know? That's where we're mistaken. We feel like we partition everything so well.
Yeah.
right? I remember like back in high school, we used to make fun of people for what they did after school. Like, oh, what do you do after school?
Oh yeah, if
You
it's
know,
like some
like I used to be skating and out and stuff.
people wouldn't make fun of you because
No, I wouldn't. We would make fun of people.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. You know, damn, you sit at home after school, you stupid idiot. You've been sitting in class all day. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's real.
Obviously the generations have changed. No longer.
I think every person in this generation, at least the younger folk,
Yeah.
are just all at home.
I mean, it's different for sure. I don't think they'll ever have, like the younger generation, they'll ever have the sense of urgency that maybe we do, you know, or our parents will, because our parents have even more urgency than us.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know. I think a big part of that is to make sure that you get out of the house, not like go and hang out with your friends. I'm talking about live on your own and try to feed yourself, you know?
Yeah.
That is an important part of the growth process.
Yeah. Because but dude, 9 times out of 10, you'll discover you're a big baby. When you do that.
So many kids are coddled these days.
Yeah. You're a big baby, and you don't know that, you know, because according to your parents, you physically look like an adult. You are an adult, and you have a beard, and everything's cool, right? So it's like, but you're missing
Everything's
the
still
point
being paid for.
that they're 19. Everything's being paid for. This and that.
Yeah.
And when you get out there, it doesn't matter who you are. You know, you start to realize that, damn, you got to put in hours. You got to do this. You're barely, whatever. Rent is expensive, and you need to buy a house, and that's even more expensive right now. But in the long term, it's not. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, what the hell do you do? And that's the kind of stuff that teaches you how to get into the wave of business, how to meet people, how to connect, how to build a network.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
I'm starting to really enjoy business. Like I would never classify myself as an entrepreneur, even though I might have some elements of that in me. But just business as a whole and being able to take control of certain processes like and meeting new people, that's priceless for me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm beginning to understand. And I think as I get older, that's going to be something I really dive into big time.
Yeah. You're a salesman by heart. Like, it's kind of like that's what you want to go for, because being a salesman is really realistically building a relationship and being really good at it.
And it's hard in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like anything, it's really hard. You have to go through a lot of losses. You have to get used to being rejected.
Crazy, bro. Sales is weird.
Yeah.
Because you just feel like some part of you is scamming, but not really, because that's your job.
Yeah. I think I don't know if we're going to do it this episode, but we'll have a dedicated episode to what we've in regards to what we've learned about sales and just
in general,
entrepreneurship.
how we even started, because I've started, when did I start? 2012.
You started way before me.
Yeah, 2012. I had just finished high school, which was crazy. Yeah, dude, I've learned a lot.
Damn, you finished high school in 2012.
Dude, I remember my mistakes. Like, I still remember a lot of stuff. My losses. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really good times, honestly.
Great times.
Mm-hmm.
That's what led you down this road.
Possibly the best.
I don't know. I don't know about that when people say that.
I don't know, but here's the thing, is that it gave me a lot of pushing experience, because I've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
At least I can afford to.
Mm-hmm. I'm always a firm believer that the best times are ahead. So you can call me like an eternal optimist, I guess.
Yeah. I'm optimistic. I always know that I'm looking for memories, looking for things I can, boom, when I see the flashback, I can refer to that. Yeah. 100%.
But also, we're not naive.
No, not at all.
Because we've been through shit.
Exactly. So we see the ups and downs. It's like, what did Naval say?
Our boy Naval.
Yeah, Naval, dude. He just said it the other day.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, but like Naval Ravikant. But he's an awesome speaker. But he essentially just said, a rich person wants many things.
Yeah.
Better, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's what's crazy about the mind, is that when you do get better, it takes a little bit of time, but all of a sudden you want everything. And I feel like if we don't learn quick enough, then you're just going to keep getting hurt until you learn.
Mm-hmm.
That there's a certain way to think.
Yeah.
100%. And being sick and almost dying, that's one of the things that really brings it up.
Tying into this, what's your take on ambition?
Ambition. Ambition is a weird thing. It's a feeling. It's definitely derived by a feeling.
Do you think it heavily depends on someone's personality?
Interesting. Because what is a personality to even begin with? Like, it has an aura, it has a resonance. You know, every person has and I always say aura and resonance because I've always referred to that like in Arabic. That, you know, it feels like there is like if everyone had a perfume, it would always be unique, be different.
Yeah.
Like our fingerprints, whatever. So think of an aura. Aura is the same thing. Everybody has a unique aura.
Mm-hmm.
No one has a replica aura. Except me and you. But
Shout out to Aura Ring. Yeah, you can tell. You can tell when somebody is just on the ball and I guess ambitious. And you can tell when people are not ambitious.
Yeah. I think they're just good at fixing themselves and getting up and making sure that they have hope all the time. You know, they're always optimistic. And they truly have a vision. I think that's the biggest one. Is that when you picture if you can wake up every single morning and picture the vision so strongly without talking about it and just doing work towards it, that's the best like guidance ever. You won't stop, especially if it's a good vision, right? I don't know if some people have visions of like, I want to take over this kingdom and I don't know.
The 1500s, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take over this castle.
I'd be rattling these cages.
Rattling these cages with all these prisoners of war.
Yeah. Man, that's so funny. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this episode. There's a lot to look forward in the next one. The next one, we're going to be talking about our own sales experience, the things we've learned across, I don't know, a decade, pretty much.
Yeah, right now we're just knocking out some episodes just to get the momentum back.
Yeah, let us know how this sounds because we are in a new room. We're still padding it up and all this good stuff. It's going to be pretty sick. We don't know how it's going to look exactly to the T yet, but we're getting there, man. Getting there.
Step by step.
Yeah, thank you so much for you guys. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. So again, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that on YouTube at the 2 a.m. podcast. We're also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all major streaming platforms. Tell your friends and family. And then until next time, guys.
Until next time.
Later.
Peace.